all I foolish so we can say. Anyways, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Sachelle, and today I have with me two beautiful ladies. They are my madre. Say hi, madre. And my hermana, my sister Jada. And today we're gonna talk all about our hair and our hair journey, the growth process, how our hair reacts to certain products, and ultimately I just want to talk about how we have used a regime and how the regime has reacted differently to our hair. And in entirety we can talk about
all babysitters are currently working, so
but most importantly I want to emphasize the fact that you can dedicate to a journey, but then you can go ahead and pinpoint areas of a routine that works for you, and focusing on whatever works for you is your first and most ideal tip to growing your hair. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so in a video not too long ago that I talked about don't give up on your hair, I was basically explaining some tips on how you can grow your hair past a certain length. And in this video I'm also gonna be pulling back on some of those tips because we're gonna be comparing each of our hair. So at this current moment my hair is air dried. I've just washed my hair and it's not flat ironed, it's just completely air dried. It is not even 100% dry. My mom's hair, she had a perm last week, less than a week ago, and Jada had a perm about 2 weeks. Yeah, so that is the state of our hair, hence the difference in textures. I wanted to do it when all of us are at the same level, but you know that we kind of have like a routine on when we get our perm, so that is never gonna happen. So with that being said, now the first thing that I spoke about in that video is studying your hair, and under that I just want to ask some questions like, Mom, how was your hair like before a perm? Like, what was your natural texture like?
I would say nappy body hair, thick hair before we even think. So most of the time I couldn't even manage it. You notice you still have the thickness in it even now. So I used to have very thick hair.
Yeah, so she had really 4C hair, that nappy 4C hair. She always had that, and when she would get her plaits it would be like this thick, like it was that big. So her hair was very dense, very thick, and her strand per millimeters or so, it is like a lot. So her hair tends to be more dense. Jada, how was your hair, like your natural hair? Jada, just to point this out, Jada had just been a year in her relaxed hair journey. Yeah, about a year in her relaxed hair journey, and she was natural all of that time up until now. That was 11 to 12 years of natural hair. So how was your hair? How was your natural hair?
Very thick, easy to get, like not top and
pretty. So Jada had somewhere what I would say between my hair and Mom's hair. Her hair is denser than my hair. Definitely denser, not as dense as Mom's hair. Her hair is also 4C. We're all like 4B, 4C hair, but Mom's is just like a coarser texture. Jada's Jada's hair now is dense, as in she has a lot of hair, but like her natural hair, it got damaged because, as she mentioned, her natural hair, she used to have a lot of knots, so her hair would tangle a lot. And you know, as natural girls, that is always like a struggle, that we have single strand knots, and those knots that were always impacting on her hair. So what had happened is that when she would get those knots, she would be yanking on it. So like so because of her hair normally getting those single strand knots and so forth, her hair got damaged because she was breaking it off. And when she was natural, a lot of care wasn't going into it in terms of like we were doing the basics. So
Yeah,
we were
because
just,
remember we just believe in
you
natural
know, yeah,
hair.
because
We need to think of cutting and
right,
trimming
trimming
it up
and all of that.
It's a natural hair will just be alright.
Yeah, and that is the thing with us when we are natural. We think that we don't have to do anything and the hair goes by itself, and that is why a lot of us our natural hair gets damaged, because we think that there's nothing that can go wrong with our natural hair. So basically we don't take care of it and we suffer the consequences at the end of the day. So and about a year ago we decided that we're gonna do a perm, because we reached a point where there is nothing that we could do back to her hair.
We try everything.
Yeah. So we just decided to go through the creamy crack. And she's here, and her hair has been flourishing really well, and in my opinion has been probably the healthiest it has been.
True. Natural, but me not think me that go back natural.
Yeah.
Because this really work with her, and you know.
Yeah, it's like drugs. Like when you go perm, once you take care of your hair and your hair is healthy, it's almost like you never want to go back to natural hair. So talking about my experience is like a total different experiences. As natural, I wouldn't say my hair was 4C, it would be more 4B, 4C-ish. My hair was that very light, very spongy type of natural hair. Very, I wouldn't say thick, but it was like fluff, you know, that fluffy cottony feeling. It wasn't hard to detangle at all. Super easy, super soft. That was my natural hair that I could remember. And I got, unfortunately, I got fungus in my hair, and that took out my hair, changed my texture. It got very coarse. Started at a very tender age. My mom was always trying to figure out what to do with my hair. So from that point I started to do jerry curls, and when I went through primary school with jerry curls, when I was in grade 6 I decided I'm not going into high school with jerry curls. You know,
so we start creaming with the jerry curls cream.
Yeah, so we started out using the jerry curls cream, so it was straight, like a more textured look, and then we transitioned into relaxed hair in about 2017-ish. But my hair journey has been a roller coaster. Let me say, I wouldn't say I've been on a hair journey. I just had relaxed hair from them because I wasn't taking care of my hair. There was a point that I had no hair
in the back.
No hair in the back. And it's over time that I figured out what was actually causing these issues with my hair once I started to learn my hair and go into that. So that is our little history on our hair. Let's just go into like the porosity of our hair. Jada and I think have a similar porosity. I think we are both medium porosity here, which means that we get the products absorb in our hair, it's moisturized, and it lasts. The moisture is retained like right throughout the week or right until we go into wash day. Mom, on the other hand, I think you probably have high porosity hair, meaning that I don't think mom's hair receive products that well. Your hair tend to be on the drier side.
Right.
I don't think per se she might have high porosity hair. It's just that her hair is very thick, so it does not take too well to certain products. So on the other hand, as you can see, the differences with length of our hair, and we can't really judge length because we are both on a different sphere. I think in April my hair, the length of my hair was probably actually longer than your hair. Yeah. And I did my cut and I'm here. Jada's here now. She's freshly into her relaxed hair journey, and her hair has been growing. She hasn't really got any setbacks since. So this is her full length as a relaxed person. One of the main things that we know that we need to do when we are trying to grow our hair is study our hair. What type of hair do we have and how it responds to certain products and etc. And in mentioning certain products, we all use the same products. How we use it might be a bit different because I have my regimen. I try to stick to my regimen T to T, but them not necessarily so. Right? Especially Jada is always wanting to follow my regimen, and when I do something with my hair I try to incorporate her as well. I let her use the products that I use, so she's mostly following my footsteps. Mom is a different case, and why is that?
Because I don't worry about hair. When my hair is cream, I catch it up, and like I'm going in town or so I catch it up. So I'm not gonna touch back that hair until when I'm going somewhere. So if it take me a week or 2 weeks, that's when I'm gonna touch back that hair. So I don't bother about hair. Here's that my brother. I don't bother it. That doesn't leave my hair alone.
Yeah, and she mentioned that we are gonna go to low manipulation and how that really impacts our hair, because I think though mom does not follow my routine to the T, for the most part we use similar products,
but
and
we
we
use
have
the
a
same
similar
product, yeah.
routine. She just does not commit to it as much as I do.
Yeah.
But I think her strong point in her hair is that she is low manipulation god. Pretty much. She does not touch her hair,
Don't bother it.
wash her hair, and all of these things. So seeing that we go into manipulation, let us talk about low manipulation and how that impacts our hair. I think the person that bothers their hair the most is Jada. As you see her looking down, is the baby is all about the place. So let us just ignore that fact. So as I said, Jada touches her hair all the time. Combs her hair and styles her hair every single day, multiple times of the day. I do also manipulate my hair, not too much unless I'm going to actually do something in my routine, my nightly routine, my weekly routine. I'm gonna do my wash day or something like that, but most part I'm low manipulation. So mom does not touch her hair. Like, I mean, she can be in 2 braids for at least 2 weeks, nothing, no wash, no products, no nothing, and her hair grows very fine. Low manipulation to the T. This is her ultimate regimen. But because she does not devote entirely to the routine, I think that is why her hair is probably plateauing. And by plateauing, I mean she always is stuck at this length. And it is not that her hair doesn't grow, because her hair goes so fast. Like, she can cut it because she always is cutting it, and that is something else that I want to go into. But her hair grows so fast, and the fact that it's still dwindling at a certain length, you know that more than likely she is having breakage somewhere or the other. But mom is not on a hair care journey. She follows the routine when she feels like, but she's not on a hair care journey. And I even said to her the other day, you know that you could be at waist length like a long time ago if you really were putting in the work. But she is not interested, and matter of fact, she wants to cut her hair entirely. You know, not everyone is interested in getting a regimen in and even care about their hair, and some persons are comfortable at the length that they are. Manipulation is one of the main ways that you can grow your hair, and that is basically styling your hair like in one style for a number of days, so that you don't have to be going through and combing it and brushing it and all of that. Keeping it in one style, in a one protective style, protecting your ends, so that it, you know, the manipulation from combing your hair, which can cause breakage, is kind of eradicated. We're trying to get her to not manipulate her hair so much. But you see, the thing with Jada's hair is not prone to split ends.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main reasons that her hair is not prone to split ends is also because she has very dense hair. You see, when you have dense hair, it's harder for a little tug or a little comb or a brush to braid the hair. My hair is not dense at all. I have very fine hair, so combing my hair alone can pull on the strands and break my hair. Jada, no matter how she haul and pull our hair, it does. Our ends are always looking good for the most part. So you have to understand where your hair is and know what you can do and what you cannot do, and how to deal with it. So let us go into sticking to products that work. How do you feel about like trying out new products, or how do you feel? Do you think that once you find good products, you just stick to it, or you're open to other products?
As long as it work in my hair and like make it grow, we go stick with it. But for Mrs. said like my hair get shorter or like change the texture, me not go bother with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're the same thing.
Yeah.
So pretty much we're all the same. Like, if we hear good things about a product, we are willing to try the product. But once we try the product and it works, we stick to it completely. So for now, we are basically using the same products that we have been using religiously for years.
Mind you, everybody, not because we may see my hair, Sachel here and Jada here, and we may use this product, don't think that because we are using it, it's gonna work for everybody.
Right.
Because everybody ear is different, everybody body is different. So what you need to do is find something that works for your hair,
right,
and stick to that.
Right.
Just like with
Perfect.
gel.
Right.
Gel work with bare hair, not with mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing, and that's a thing. When I'm here, I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not a hair professional. This is my hair journey.
Thank you.
I know what works for me, and because we're in the same household and we use same products and we know that it works, but there are things that I can use that they can't use and vice versa, which is why if I'm telling you this works for my hair, it means that that product has really helped my hair. If you try that product and it does not work or react different to your hair, just don't get that product. And we keep it simple, and the type of hair that you have determine the type of products that you use. Study your hair and you'll be good to go. So let us go entirely down into the actual regimen. And as I said, mom specifically don't follow my regimen to the T. She uses certain products and she might do when she feels like. For the most part, Jada is following through with the regimen at least 80%. So about the regimen now, sit down. Deep conditioning. Jada, how do you feel about deep conditioning?
It helps your hair, but me does not really like it.
Yeah, she doesn't like the heat. But deep conditioning is basically using the same conditioners, but you're applying heat so that the hair follicles open to receive the products better. So that is what deep conditioning is about. I try never to skip deep conditioning at all in my regimen. Like, I will skip it now and then on rare occasions, but for the most part it is a critical part of my regimen, and I know for sure is one of the reasons why my hair grows very fast as well. Mom, do you deep condition?
No, I must say I'm sorry. But whenever I do the deep conditioning, Jada maybe don't love the dryer, but the dryer, I think the dryer is the best part of the deep conditioning. When you take it out and you rinse it out, your hair have a different feel.
It's very soft, very
Different,
manageable.
totally different. So it different feel, different looks in the hair. So I would recommend the deep conditioning.
Yeah, so deep condition is definitely
It's a must.
good for manageability, maintaining the moisture. When you deep condition your hair, before you even go in and re-moisture the hair, your hair is already fully moisturized. It's very soft, manageable, and then you can comb through with ease and you don't have any problems with like
and if
styling
you
your
don't
hair.
have that dry look like when you wash it, like just wash
Yeah.
it and blow dry it. When the deep
Right.
condition it look like it
Very
already
moisturized. Yeah. So let us go into my night routine that I do like at least 3 times a week, and that is moisturizing and sealing. And that is when I go in, when I would go in and I will oil myself with Jamaican, then I put in the cantu and then the oil and all of that. That is something that I don't think you follow this routinely, as in, because she always is in a low manipulation hairstyle or a protective hairstyle. So when she does this once, she doesn't do it again until she's about to style her hair again, which can be even 2 weeks. And you see this here. So sometimes jeans allows you to do crazy things. It still grows. But I cannot do what she does. And we go back to saying, study your hair, because you can't go wrong. Your hair tells you what it can and can do. And her hair is bulletproof. Like, her hair can go through the storm that my hair can't go through. I have a different type of hair that requires a little more work. So you have to know what happens. With Jada now, in terms of moisturizing and sealing, once she goes through that on wash day, she does not touch it again. In my hair is permed 3 times a week, I go in and I moisturize and seal. The further I'm away from a perm, I go in so like 2 times a week. Mom's hair, I think, could work really well with moisturizing and sealing, and because she has problems with dryness in her hair, I think if she dedicates to moisturizing and sealing, and you will see a difference, and the growth rate of her hair will increase even more, and the struggle that she has with the ends breaking off and hence staying at one level, that can be eradicated. But to each his own, and she does not personally care, but I know what could improve the hair, right? So let us go into moisture protein balance. Jada, how often do you get a protein treatment? Like, did I offer you 2-step protein treatment?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when was that? You got it once?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has, and that is the thing. We do keep a moisture protein balance. Like, we use our hair mayo and we mix it with tresemme for the most part. As for Mommy and Jada, her hair works well with little effort and little products, so they are not so keen in getting a deep protein treat, but they always ensure that they go in with a light protein treat, and that is the organic hair mayo. In terms of hard protein, I'm probably the only one that really dedicates to a hard protein treatment. I make it a point of my duty to at least do it every month and a half. Them, on the other hand, just use it casually because it's available, but not necessarily because their hair needs it. I think the hair mayo is sufficient for their hair. Let us go into heat. Let us go into heat, because this is where I think we are major different. So, heat styling, Mommy. Talk to them about the heat part. Because you know you're guilty about the heat.
Because we can't bother with setting. So when I wash my hair, I just flat iron it. If I catch it up, I just catch it up and I flat iron it.
Which is why I say it is so frustrating. Persons like them can abuse the system and still get away with that. Jada on her hair, on the other hand, no, we take a little more care in Jada's hair. Yeah. She does get flat irons occasionally, really? But I try to ensure that Mom gets her a roller set. I follow roller setting technique for at least the first 2 weeks when I get a perm. After that, I'm air drying. And a part of my love for air drying is that is the safest, one of the safest way in drying your hair, but at the same time it leaves texture in my hair. And because of my hair tends to be less dense than theirs and a bit thinner than theirs. When I air dry, you see more volume in my hair. And do I use heat? You guys already know. I don't use heat. It is at least probably about over 2 years that I've ever used a flat iron in my hair. So heat is a main way that you can cause damage to your hair. Guys, with all that being said, and having my regime and following through with similar products and all of that, it all boils down to what I normally say. It is not about the products. It is about the routine, the regime, and following through. It's the consistency and the determination that is really going to grow your hair. And you're gonna have setbacks. So it is all a process that everyone goes through. If you are inclined to grow your hair or to see results, I can tell you this is what I do. But it is not that is gonna grow your hair. It is you learning what your hair needs. It is you finding the products that works. Once you find the products, get into a regime. What a regime does is that it allows your hair to understand a schedule, then learns how to operate with that schedule. So it learns the regime and learns how to react to regime. So knowing my regime, I know for a fact that my hair grows up to a ½ an inch to an inch a month, because that is how I had trained my hair.
And
so it is and yeah, so that is what I'm getting to. Yeah, no, but at least you're gonna use it one time. The ideal thing, right? So the ideal thing here is that you're gonna do whatever you're doing, sticking to whatever you're doing, and be consistent. Your hair grows.
2-3 months.
Your hair grows regardless. Yep. Your hair is made to grow. Yeah. So regardless of you doing anything, your hair will grow. Everything that we're doing here is external. We are helping the hair to be in an environment conducive to growth. So when we are doing the regime, really and truly, those regimes are not what is growing your hair. Why you're seeing growth when you're doing these regimes or using that product is not because it makes your hair it moisturizes your hair, it gives your hair protein. So making your hair at a level that you can now see the growth that is coming in. Our hair grows regardless, but when you have a plant, I'm gonna go back to the plant because Mommy loves plant, and I always can go back to that and say, when you water a plant or you give it its manure and you give it its food and you get a good soil, all of that gives the plant. The plant will grow regardless if you have all of that.
Yeah, but when you don't
But
give
if
it
you
what it
realize
wants,
it go look dry. So that is the thing now. The plant grows, but it is not growing to its fullest potential. It might look very weak, and by the time it grow, it probably limp down and look so nice.
Yeah.
But when you come in now and you do a regimen, you put in the work, you use a little products, you add a little water to the plant, it starts to blossom and start to showing its full potential and springing beautifully.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when I say it is not the products or the regimen that grows your hair grows, persons are like, what is she saying? I'm not misleading you guys. God give us hair follicles, strands of hair are grown, our hair grows to a certain capacity. That is just the norm of our hair.
And there and then you have some people will buy the dearest product and use it in their hair, then buy this just to get the hair. Sometimes the hair just want to be left alone.
And simple does it. It is not the product that grows your hair. You rarely ever see a product that is advertised to grow your hair. You hear it says it stimulates
or
growth.
whatever, yeah.
It puts your hair in an environment that allows your hair to grow to its fullest potential that God had already blessed you with.
Yeah.
If your hair is pushing out and it's growing in a harsh environment, it's not gonna thrive. Yeah. It's gonna grow, it's just not gonna thrive. Yeah. So it's gonna break off, it's gonna have shedding and all of that, and you're gonna lose hair. So that is all. So you guys have any closing words? Do you guys have any?
Be persistent.
What?
Yeah,
come in frame.
Be consistent with the products you use.
Yeah. And what is your big tip?
As I say before now, don't, if your hair is split, if you have split ends, don't be afraid to clip it, because when you clip that hair, you're gonna see results in that hair.
Yeah. So you've heard it. We have given you all of the good stuff regarding our hair, where we have been, where we are at, and what we are currently doing. We are showing you one entire routine and how we have split up that routine to make it work for each of us. And with that being said, guys, you can go ahead, follow through the routine and with the tips that we give you in today's video, and go ahead and grow that hair. Guys, if you have any questions on this video, and whatever questions you want to ask, if you want to post questions to them or to me, comment down below, guys. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Show your girl your support. Your girl is on her way to 2,000 subscribers. I know you can get me here, guys. Thank you again for all your love, and I'll see you next
time.
Toodles!